Hi and welcome to this week's video. In this video, not an awful lot of visual progress really, and a good chunk of the reason for that is, as you can probably tell, I've got a bit of a croaky voice. I lost the weekend, effectively the work I normally do at the weekend, due to the common cold. So we can see what I did get up to. There's quite a bit that makes it look a little bit neater. I've drilled through the holes for mounting the cabane struts from inside to outside, marking it, and then finish it off with brad bit going the other way so I can bond in the bushes. And at this end here I've got my cardboard template which I made up some time back. I'll try to put a link in the video up here when I did this with the elevator control tube, so I can put that into place and cut that hole in the rear side skin. I'm still working out exactly where I want to have the hole on the other side to access, to be able to do the tailplane mounting bolts and the tail wheel fixings down there, so I can access that from the outside. I think it'll be the upper rear section here, but what I'll probably do is I'll wait until I've got the string on the outside to get that perfectly placed. But this one has got to be cut at some point, so I thought I might as well do it now. So there's the hole cut for the elevator push rod to go through, and yeah, sort of sights down quite nicely to the sort of fair lead. It's not super critical, this one, because there will be a stringer and the covering is going to be going over the top of this little lot, so there will be a thin ply section I'm going to bond to the inside of the covering, and then a little leather fairing for the control tube to go out through. But I will double check with the tailplane on that is suitable. The next set of holes I'm going to be drilling are the ones going through around about here for the rudder. Back drill through marker holes and things so I can route the slots here and about here somewhere for the lower wing mounting parts to go through. But I've still yet to finish off tidying up the inside at the rear, although I have done the inside of the cockpit area. Most of that's sanded and tidied now. Okay, so here's my cheat for making a nice elongated hole for the rudder cable outlet. Drilled through with the 8mm drill bit. I'm now putting through an 8mm ream, and I'm just going to use this to elongate the hole. So sanded like that, reamed out like that. Just take this, push it against it. Now we have a suitable hole there for a piece of tube to go in to act as a guide for the cable going to the back. Here's the cable outlet for the rudder. Tape was just to help keep the glue where I wanted it to act as a bit of a filler, and fair in the the piece of tube. It's going to be a little bit of a fiddle, just getting rid of that, that tape, but I'll just go down with a craft knife down the side in a mow, and that will tidy up, and I'll just give that a little bit of a sand to fair it in. It should work quite nicely. The bush is bonded in, or being bonded in. We'll see what they're like in a bit, and I take all the clamps and plastic off, see if they're okay. They should just need a gentle ream through to get rid of any of the excess glue that's probably squeezed into the hole down the centre. And I'm just about there to route round over the edge, going all the way up to there with one size, and then the remaining bit at the front with a slightly different size, larger radius cutting piece on the router. Just doing the lower side at the moment. That's the one I know that needs to be rounded over the most. The upper edge here needs to have a little bit of work carried out to it, and it won't need to be rounded as much because of the stringers and the shape and profile of the upper fuselage. Just trying to get this bottom section tidied up a little bit. Well, you've seen the time lapse for the rounding over of the edge here, but I didn't show. I just drilled in a hole 10mm from the inside of the aircraft between the lines where the I'd marked the spar mounting plates went into, and I've just routed up past where the limits were on each side for both sections. So that's relatively neat method for the plates to go down. And then just down here, this little section here which I showed you, that's been sort of tidied up a little bit, just sanded just to get rid of the excess up, having cut away the tape. So there's the outlet. That'll have a little bit of bit more smoothing yet, but the covering should go. I'll put a piece of covering over there and then cut away the main covering going over the top to create a nice little outlet there for the rudder cables to go through. And I've just been finishing off tidying up, getting rid of some of the excess resin and bits and pieces around the inside of the fuselage there, although most of this stuff that you can see is the dust from the routing. So all cleaned up in the rear, rudder cable outlets and the wing fixing points there. So I'm just going to turn the whole thing over and just tidy everything up, and probably move this fuselage outside so I can sweep the bench. There's the rear frame bow curing. I'm going to use that maybe next week. Well, that's it folks. Tidied up the inside, got rid of all the excess glue, got the bottom edges routed, got the top edge here flat, all bar the areas where the gussets are. They just need to have that final sand, a few other little tiddly bits, but it's as good as it's going to get at the moment. But hopefully I'll get over this cold, get some more done for the next video. Bound to get something done. Anyway, see you then, bye. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up. You can subscribe or even hit the little bell notification for future videos. Any comments would be appreciated, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, go fly and feel the sky.